Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Tony. Welcome to this episode of the RedBeard Podcast. It is Freaky Friday, but it's always Freaky Friday when you're listening to the RedBeard Podcast. What's going on, guys? On the docket for today, we have some interesting news with Nickelodeon. They just dropped their new design for their new show, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It hasn't actually come out yet, but they released the design for it. And there's a lot of stuff on social media that is, people are not fond of it. Some people love it. So we'll be talking about that. Also, not a lot of news lately about Solo, a Star Wars story. This is the Han Solo movie that everybody's been waiting for, but we haven't seen a trailer. But we found out that this coming week on Good Morning America, Monday, February 5th, between 12 and 2, they're going to be releasing the first official trailer. So I guess we'll see what this movie is going to be looking like. Also in the news, Nicolas Cage actually had a 5-word review of Justice League. You know, some people are excited about it. Some people are not. But I got to tell you, his 5-word review was pretty damn awesome. And you guys will get to hear that. And he also gave his thoughts about what it would be like to play Superman. Next up, Ivan Drago, the son, has been cast for Creed sequel. If you don't exactly know who that is, Ivan Drago was the Russian who fought Rocky in Rocky IV after killing Apollo Creed. But Ivan Drago's son has been cast in a new Creed 2 movie. So we'll be talking about that. And there's also talks of Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren making an appearance in this film. So that's pretty good news. Also, thousands of fans are planning to sabotage the rating of Black Panther on Rotten Tomatoes. Why are they trying to do this? And if they're going to sabotage it, why are they actually going public that they're going to sabotage it? So we'll be talking about that, in anticipation of Black Panther coming out this month. And finally, a new season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is actually coming to Netflix on February 7th. There's going to be a whole new Fab 5, so we'll be talking about what we think about that new season and if any of us actually did watch that show in the past. So with that being said, stick around.
RedBeard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this Friday? Cooley, Jay, Jim, what's going on?
I'm doing fine.
I'm extraordinarily well, thank you.
Yeah. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Cooley, how you doing, man?
You know, fucking great.
You know?
Yeah, you know. Everybody knows.
Very matter of fact.
Everybody
right,
knows. You already know.
I already
how I'm
know.
doing.
It's more for the audience's perspective, you know?
I'm saying the audience already knows. Like, the audience never has to ask. They never have to ask me how I'm doing. They know I'm doing great all the fucking time.
Unless we're talking about the Patriots.
Unless we're talking about the Patriots. In which case, I'm still doing great because the Giants beat them twice in the big game when it mattered. So I'm still doing great in those cases. I just get angry, though.
Sick. All right.
Understandable.
Yeah,
And
totally.
angry is also a great place to be sometimes.
I
Yeah,
actually
you know?
enjoy the fact that non-Patriots fans are angry.
Yeah.
It's become a good time.
It's become a thing. So, Jay, man, dude, thanks again for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
this
no
week.
problem.
This is awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, of course. It's always a pleasure, dude. I definitely want to jump into something that Nickelodeon dropped. Let's get right into it. Nickelodeon dropped yesterday their new design for their show Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And there was an image that was out on Twitter of what the turtles are going to look like.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go last on this because I just want to know what you guys think about this. Like, what do you guys think about the design? Are you into it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's going to work? Not work? What? What's going on?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could go the route of they're like Volvos. They're boxy but good. I mean, you know, they get the job done. And, you know, as long as the writing is there, I think it's anything that kids can get behind. Clearly, it's nothing like the animated series that we grew up on.
Right.
But in what's like our childhood? Candy doesn't even taste the same anymore at this point. So why should I expect a cartoon to still look the same?
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon is not geared towards us. Mm-hmm. It's geared towards kids. With that said, I think it looks a little dumb. I mean, like it looks like Raphael stole everybody else's HGH. It looks like Michelangelo won his weapons a yo-yo. 2, it looks like his shell is painted up like Kesha's face. Donatello, someone's riding Donatello's bike like a scooter. Like, I don't know. I'm being too, like, I'm sure kids are gonna love it. It looks traditional Nickelodeon. I mean, I've never been impressed with the aesthetic look of Nickelodeon TV shows.
But it's always been successful.
Yeah, I've never watched Hey Arnold and been like, oh my god, wow, look at these caricatures.
Well, you
But
actually
it's good. It's a good show.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Actually, what I was gonna say was it looks traditional Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, like I understand why they're going the way they're going. Personally, though, being a fan of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's hard for me to get behind it because that's what I fell in love with.
Sure.
And to see the change. I mean, it's not awful. Like, you can look at them and know they're turtles, but I'm not a big fan of the design.
Maybe they're boxer
much.
turtles.
Yeah, they're boxy. I don't like the boxy look to them. Yeah. Cooley.
Like I think it has a very like Jeff Matsuda like art style to it, and one thing that I can say is that there are cartoons that have come out in the past that had similar styles or looked like they were produced by that artist or whatever. The Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon,
right?
The Jackie Chan Adventures, both of which were friggin' amazing. Yeah. Like they ended up being two of my like most beloved cartoons, over the decades. And if this is by that same production company, which I'm looking at it and I'm saying it really kind of looks like that art style. If it's by the same folks, then I think it's probably going to be a smash hit. But it's one of those things where the story style and the way that they present the characters, and the voice acting and the timing and the music and all that stuff, as that all comes together, this may end up being the preferred look for the Turtles. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could. It definitely could change the way that they look as time goes on. I personally, so this is the thing I guess the gripe I had with it. So Jim, you showed me a video specifically I think it was like a month ago, where they dropped the Injustice Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer at like a Comic-Con or something like that, and like these people went insane.
Oh yeah, they went apeshit for it.
And it was just because like they looked like the original Turtles, and to see a crowd that you could just tell by looking at them, they're like, millennials. They didn't necessarily grow up with the Turtles like we did. You know what I mean? There's a big age gap as when they came out and what they grew up with. Right. Were going nuts because they knew like those are the Turtles, and the way like they were talking about how they looked amazing. Like, so I feel like there's a large group of people out there that actually are familiar with the original look of the Turtles and are kind of they kind of hold that in a special place.
Okay.
So when I actually saw these designs, I immediately took to Twitter to see like what the response was. The general response has not been friendly with these designs. Like a lot of people don't like them.
Right.
Which, I'm not to say that it's going to be a bad show. I mean, the show hasn't even come out yet, so who knows? But as a general kind of toll of what's out there, like it's not in favor.
Yo, all I can say is I can say two things. I can say one, they look better than Michael Bay's Turtles.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
They look better than Michael Bay's Turtles. And two, it looks like just from a still shot, it looks like that there's a lot of energy involved in this. And,
yeah, I agree.
I agree with you on that.
And it's going to be kinetic, and that's something that the Turtles, I think, have lacked, over the last couple of iterations on television. So to get some of that kinetic energy back and give us a better looking turtle than what Michael Bay gave us, I think it's already winning. The other thing I really like about the design here, like I do really like that they have different body types that kind of fit their personalities and fighting
okay.
styles. Because that to me makes sense. And it's something that I didn't even think about prior to them giving us different body types with this picture. It's like, it just makes sense that they would have different body types because a swordsman is going to be different from someone who is, working with the tonfas.
Sure.
And Raphael's definitely like the brute, I think, of.
Yeah,
he's
So
for
this
sure.
is pretty good. It makes sense that he's
But-
like the Michael Clark Duncan of the Ninja Turtles.
He doesn't have size though,
Michael Clark Duncan.
right? But let's be fair too. Like, I mean, even the first animated series that we grew up with was nothing like the original Eastman and Laird comics.
Oh, nothing, not
completely
at
different.
all.
They were
Yeah,
missing. They were missing the junk down on the bottom that looked very phallic,
Yeah.
which was their tail. So like that was a big thing. That was a difference. Their faces were different. Like like even adding color to their, the bandanas and everything like that. So I mean, it's always evolved.
Like, has anybody seen the Batman?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That animated series?
Yeah.
The Batman is produced by Matsuda. Well, the art direction is by
Right on.
Matsuda. So like that's that art style that I'm telling you about. It's like really angular, really almost Japanese animation like, but like with some American sensibilities.
The Batman was dark too, I felt.
Like, you mean the Batman animated series?
Yeah, the one that you're talking about.
The Batman.
The
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, the
The
one that was
Batman,
drawn
yeah.
on black paper.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is brilliant. Yeah,
Exactly,
It,
yeah.
it does give me that vibe. So that's great that you said it. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, the show's not now yet. The show is not out yet. So I don't want people to think that I am downing the show. I'm looking forward to actually checking it out. But the design just hasn't really got me excited. That's all.
Word.
One of the other things is there's a big trailer that is supposed to be coming out. Solo, a Star Wars
How
story.
big is it?
It's huge, man.
Was I supposed to say that?
It's so big.
Hey, you can see
It's Solo.
yeah.
it's Solo. But I mean, Cooley, you had voiced some concerns last week about, that this movie is supposed to come out in like 4 months, and we haven't heard anything about it or seen any production photos. And I think you're gonna get your wish, man, because on Good Morning America, Monday, February 5th, between 12 and 2, they're supposed to release the first official trailer.
Right.
So, are you excited about this? Are you scared?
I'm more scared than I was when I made that comment because they're showing it on Monday morning on Good Morning America.
That's what I was thinking,
Like-
man. Why?
The Super Bowl is the fucking night before.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if you're not showing it during the Super Bowl, that means you don't have a whole lot
Hey,
of
they
faith.
In the
couldn't
article
afford
that
it.
I read
Good.
about this, in
It
the
didn't
article,
even dawn on me. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
yo, check it out. In the article that I read about this specifically, it said everybody was thinking it would be released in the Super Bowl, but that's not going to happen. So I don't think that's a good thing if they say that's not going to happen.
No.
So what are we supposed to think, man? I don't know. That's
I
not
mean,
good at all.
Let's be real. A Super Bowl spot for a trailer is going to cost buku bucks.
Oh, tons of
Right?
money, man.
So
yeah.
you're talking like millions that you're gonna have to spend in order to air this during the Super Bowl. Now, that said, that's never made a company shy away in the past.
True.
If you have a big tentpole movie that's coming out, something that's supposed to be a blockbuster, something that's supposed to get people, excited and ready for your film, and if you don't have the courage and the and you don't have the confidence in your film to spend the money to show me the trailer during the Super Bowl, and you're gonna wait till the next fucking morning during a show that nobody watches from the age group that's going to go and see this movie, like you're gonna like are you
Everybody's
serious?
going to watch this trailer on YouTube anyway.
that! Remember Star
Everyone's gonna
Wars? Oh, that's good. Oh, how he looks so young and handsome again. Oh, that's good.
Everyone's going to be
Sounds like Adam
hungover when it
Sandler.
comes out.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it. Like, the demographic that's going to be watching Good Morning America aren't the people who are going to go watch Solo.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It really
They
is.
don't even drink out of Solo cups.
Nice. Nicely done. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. This is between 12 and 2. I mean, too. They actually gave like a time. Like you couldn't just say like 12:30 we're going to release the trailer.
That's a big window,
You
too.
know,
That's like, you
Good
got to
Morning
watch.
America needs more viewers, so they give you the time of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. 12 and 2? I don't even. Is that Good Morning America time? Isn't it earlier?
It was probably a
should be.
freebie.
I thought it was earlier. I didn't think Good Morning
that's
America
good
started
afternoon-
at noon.
That's good afternoon, America.
Yeah, whatever it is, man. But
This scares me because
Good morrow, America.
because if you look at the cast, like it's directed by Ron Howard, you've got Woody Harrelson in it, you've got Emilia Clarke, you've got Donald Glover. I expect good things from
No,
this.
but you
Agree.
have a film that's half shot by Miller and Lord.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, they're the guys that did. They're the guys that did the Lego movie,
Oh,
right?
why?
So it was like half filmed by them, right?
Oh, man.
Before they got fired for being too comedic, right? They tried. They were making the movie like a lot more jokey and comedic than the studio wanted. So they fired them and brought in, what's his name there? Richie Cunningham.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, thank
Yeah.
you.
So his brother's gonna
Richie
be in
Cunningham.
this.
Kissed by fire.
I don't know why I just got that. That should have been too easy.
Another fellow ginger.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, they bring in Ron Howard, and Ron Howard has to now like recreate. Like they're actually in the middle of reshoots right now. They're doing like a ton more reshoots before they're even ready for release. So I don't even know if it's going to come out in May anymore. It may end up coming out in like September or December. But it's literally a case of Ron Howard having to save this movie, and whether or not he can do it, who knows?
It's not good. And the guy who plays Han Solo is a who? Like who? Who's
Like
it?
a Who from Whoville, or
I mean, but to be fair, I mean, everyone, even the first Star Wars,
Oh well, yeah, no, I
no
know,
one knew
I
it.
know,
But
I know
still,
I know that's
yeah.
rude because
No,
yeah,
I
because
didn't think it was rude.
You can just show up like and
Yeah.
become a big deal.
Hey, as long as he can,
But I mean, like,
handle the Kessel Run, I think
Look
we're
at
good.
his. This is his picture on Wikipedia. I know no one can see this, but it's not a professional picture. This is.
It's like a '90s prom
Oh yeah,
picture.
this is like a 1980s Polaroid from
Yeah.
like his Christmas.
Like, here he is, opening up his Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh,
Thanks.
I got a light bright. And now I'm in. And now
Wait,
I'm
what's his
Han
name?
Solo.
Aiden? Is his name Aiden?
Alden.
Alden,
Einheinch.
Oh. Was he working in the space program too? Didn't we take him after World War II?
I don't know.
At least
It
his
sounds like he was
family.
working on eliminating Schindler's List.
Oh wow! All right.
I was too far.
You went solo on that one.
We all shied away. Oh man.
The views
But
of
yeah,
Jim Rock don't necessarily coincide with the views of the RedBeard podcast.
I'm just gonna go on record and say that I think this movie is. I usually try to reserve judgment for Star Wars films at the very least, but I can go on record as saying I believe this movie is going to be a piece of shit.
All right, man. You heard it here first from Cooley.
I'm definitely worried about it.
Yeah, like I cannot imagine a world where this movie is like even decent.
You know what's funny though? You would actually expect this trailer to be played in like a bigger way, being that it's being directed by Ron Howard. I mean, the guy is no joke. He's a great director. I mean, with the money that he's got and the funding that he's got to direct this movie, you feel like he would be confident to release it in a different way.
I think this is going to be a lot like the Fantastic Four movie that just came out,
Yeah.
the most recent one, where like people are like, wow, Michael B. Jordan was awesome as the Human Torch, but that movie sucked. Right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be this, wow, Donald Glover, or Danny Glover, Donald Glover, yeah, not
Yeah.
Danny. Danny's the old guy.
Danny Glover was in Predator too.
Yeah.
That's it.
Donald Glover was amazing as Lando,
Yeah.
you know, but that movie sucked.
Well, it's funny because
What a waste of talent.
It's
you know?
funny because when you talk about The Last Jedi and all the other Star Wars movies, like the teasers come out like a year in advance. It's just a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
And not on Good Morning America.
No.
In the afternoon.
Yeah. Good Morning America at 12 to 2.
Is it just,
While everybody's working.
do you think it's like just so heavily
Or
reliant?
hungover from the night before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, seriously.
I get the day off. I'm hanging out after Super
How
Bowl.
about that Super Bowl? Here's the Solo trailer.
Oh man, that looks
You know what I
awesome.
mean? Like, what?
Yeah. Like, do you think it's just
Okay.
so heavily reliant on the fact that the franchise is strong, so they're just kind of, oh, it'll be fine. It'll do
No.
well. They're getting
No,
copied.
because you know what we're gonna see during the Super Bowl? I guarantee you, we're going to see either Black Panther or Infinity War or both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right?
Jurassic World.
We're gonna see one or the other or both, and that's because and that's a movie that you don't have to show us a trailer during the Super Bowl for those movies. Everybody's gonna go see them.
Or maybe.
But then again, though, those trailers have already been out. Like, those are... I get what you're saying.
No, I mean,
I'm
they're
just,
gonna show
I'm
us,
just
like,
saying
new
those trailers have
trailers,
already been... Like, we've seen the trailers. They're just kind of, like, more promotion.
And that's another reason why
They
you don't
should-
really need to put them in the Super
Exactly.
Bowl.
So
I
maybe
agree with
like,
you on that.
They
Yeah.
feel so good about Solo, they don't need to put it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That they can do it on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously, man.
No, like that speaks volumes to me,
Yep.
like about how shitty this movie's gonna be.
I originally thought to myself, hey, they're not showing anything because it's a huge Star Wars movie and they just want to keep it under wraps.
Right.
Because it's going to be a bigger talking point when no one hears about it. But now that you've brought this up about how it's going to be on Good Morning America, not in the Super Bowl, and it just seems like they're sweeping this under the rug. Like, we have to eventually get this out there. But let's try and keep it as low-key as possible.
Yeah.
Which still doesn't make sense because there's the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure out how they sunk so low.
It doesn't sound good.
And speaking of people that have sunk so low, Nicolas Cage was on ABC News for an interview, and he actually had something really interesting to say about Justice League. So here's the clip.
You were once supposed to play Superman. Did you see Justice League?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought it was fun. Yeah, I thought it was fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you still see yourself as playing Superman?
No, not at all.
I think you would have been a good Superman.
Thank you.
I think that's one of the great tragedies of cinema history that didn't happen. I think we were robbed.
So what did you guys think about that? Because
wow.
I thought his response was pretty funny.
Man of few words.
I mean,
If you
I
were-
wouldn't expect anything less from a man whose plot in New Orleans is a pyramid. He already built a pyramid as his crypt. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I'm just saying, don't expect.
serious?
Of course I'm serious.
Yeah,
Check
no,
it
that's
out.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a pyramid
You
on
know
his
that?
plot.
He's my new hero.
He's
This is my
amazing.
new
He's
hero.
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas
He's got a
Coppola.
pyramid
Thank
for a
you.
fucking crypt.
Yeah, dude.
It's great.
Yeah, he's a G. Listen, here's my thing with Nicolas Cage. He's made some
Did he have
shitty
slaves
movies.
build it
Wow.
Like, look, he's
in Louisiana?
Oh man.
look, look. Nicolas Cage has made some really shitty movies. I'm not gonna lie, right? But
Name one.
oh god, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I mean,
There's a reason he made that movie.
That was fun, though.
it was fun, but it wasn't like amazing. But I will say this. So, is that the picture of the pyramid that you're showing us?
Isn't that rad?
Let me see it. Yeah, we're using that for the
amazing.
picture of the episode.
Amazing.
But, so anyway, send that to me. Anyway, I will say though, I mean, Nicolas Cage, even though he's made some shitty movies, was a really good actor before he was over the top. Yeah. Like, he was over the top, and that's why people loved him.
I mean,
he was in movies like Con Air and Face Off.
Yeah.
I mean, like, those are Matchstick Men. Like, those are all really great movies, Nick Cage movies.
Yeah.
National Treasure, he
Yeah.
was doing well.
Heck
He's going to
yes.
be making another one.
Yes,
So
I'm excited for that.
I'm looking to see the resurgence of Nicolas Cage. I think that
A resurgence.
I don't
Yeah.
think he ever went away. I don't think.
but he's been doing like B movies like straight to
and
DVDs.
the reason why is because Bernie Madoff took all of his money, so
Yeah.
he has to make like 5 shit movies.
and that was
a
my
year.
point. I mean, like he went broke, so he's doing all these movies just to make as much money as he can, which is understandable. But I'm waiting to see him in kind of like another blockbuster,
Okay.
where like some ticket sales happen because I think
Okay.
he's a good
Bernie
enough actor.
Madoff with
Yeah.
his money.
But
Man.
his response to this whole interview I thought was brilliant because he just said it was fun. I thought it was fun. That's it.
He said, "That's all I'm gonna say."
And that's all I'm gonna say.
That's great. Man, a few words.
Do you think that you would ever envision yourself playing Superman again? No. Just no. I think I'm done.
Well, that was a dumb question. Because
was.
The man's 55. He's not going to play Superman.
Could play Jor-El.
Oh, okay.
And not only
All
that,
right.
let's be real. Let's think about the curse of Superman. Right?
Okay.
Like think about that. You can call it conspiracy theory all you want, but typically the folks who play Superman, well, we know their fate.
They fall off horses.
Oh.
What? That's what happened, right?
And
Well,
now
yeah,
a
no,
word
it's-
from
it
our
is a curse.
sponsor.
It is a curse, I guess, if you're gonna go that way. You know what I think Nick Cage
The
could
curse
play?
of the horse.
I think Nick Cage in a Superman movie would actually make a really good Lex Luthor.
Okay, I could
I
see
don't know.
that.
What do you think, Cooley? Do you see that?
Him playing Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I don't even.
Nope.
I don't know if I see that.
I could see that. Shave his
I don't.
head.
I don't want him in any fucking comic book movie.
No,
No comic book
really.
movie.
Oh man,
See, I disagree.
I don't want him in any comic book movie in any way, shape, or form because there is a reason, a really good reason, and you will hopefully agree with me on this and see what I'm saying. He plays everything so over the fucking top that it turns into a cartoon, and you don't need to turn a comic book movie into a cartoon. What I want out of comic book movies is something that makes them a little bit more realistic and something that you can
Okay.
watch and be like, oh my god, this guy really brought some gravity to that role.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Okay.
I can see that. I
Like
mean-
I don't want it to feel like the guy's ready to float off the fucking screen.
I don't know. I kind of
what I
feel
mean?
like if they were to ever make a Ghost Rider movie, I'd want Nicolas Cage to be in it.
As a cameo, like maybe he's like
already-
selling hot
he was already
dogs or
in
some
2
shit.
Ghost Riders,
For-
bro.
That's why I said-
For
he
someone,
played Ghost Rider for
Oh, I
like
know.
2
Yeah,
movies.
no, I
yeah.
know that.
All right.
but I'm saying like
If they
in the
did it
future,
again.
yeah.
You're like, what? As a cameo? That's great.
yeah.
I love Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is my favorite actor. We don't need to start getting into this too much, but I own both Ghost Rider movies.
Heck yeah.
The second Ghost Rider is more fun to watch than the first one because it's over the top.
Yeah.
And he has one of his best Nicolas Cage freak out moments
Excellent.
in that movie.
I've never
I'm
seen
not
the
saying that
second
it's
one.
a good Ghost Rider movie.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. Cool.
I
Fair.
wanted to clear that up because I know you were looking at me
Yeah.
coolly. Like I'm saying, they are not good Ghost Rider movies.
No.
But it's a fun Nicolas Cage romp.
yeah, and I appreciate.
I will say
actually
this,
like
though,
Idris
man.
Elba in the second one.
Yeah, but Nicolas Cage being over the top worked so well in Face Off. Sorry. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Face Off, not a comic book movie.
No, it's not, but still.
I think you can have over the top characters in movies that are grounded in reality.
Yeah.
Would
right?
you consider
In some way.
Kick-Ass
Right.
a comic book movie? Because he was in Kick-Ass.
He was great in
I
that.
would consider Kick-Ass a comic book movie, and Kick-Ass is a comic book movie that is pretty much like an over the top, like
So he worked well in
satire.
right on.
And I wouldn't say it's a spoof, but it's a satire of like comic book like superhero culture.
Agreed.
Right. So he fits into that. Right. Where
Gotcha.
that I think in that situation he works. But if we're talking like Nicolas Cage is Batman, or Nicolas Cage is Superman, or Nicolas Cage is Captain America, or whoever the fuck you want to put him in, like he's just so over the top that it makes that character look like a cartoon.
I wouldn't be too worried. I mean, he's past his prime to play
I'm not worried.
a superhero.
I'm not worried. His answer to the question really fucking like sews it up.
Yeah, I mean, the way he answered it, you know what he thinks.
Yeah.
It sounded like he
But-
didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and here's a cool Nicolas Cage story just to kind of close this segment out. So my uncle used to work for FedEx and actually went to a house.
Oh,
in
you told me
Newport.
this story. Yeah.
I went to a house in Newport and knocked on the door, and this dude opens the door, And he's like, he's like, hey, I just need you to sign for this. And the guy's like, oh, hold on a second. And he's like, hey, man, he's like, I need you to sign for this. And all of a sudden, like, Nicolas Cage walks over and, like, signs for the package. And my uncle's like, oh, hey, man. He's like, hey, what's up? Thanks for the package. Like, walks away. But it's like, I guess off screen, he's a very, just quiet guy. Very nice guy. So
right. Despite all his rage, he's still just Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Some people will get that. So, with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and we will hear from our sponsor. Supply and demand investing. Guys, not all investments are created equal. Did you know growth stocks devote most of their revenue in trying to expand or grow the company and offer investors little to no dividend payout?
Sounds like fucking bullshit.
Right? But value stocks split their revenue between trying to expand or grow the company and give their buyers dividend payouts.
That sounds better.
But the question is, which of these two means of investing do you think has performed better over the past 10 years? Well, to find out, go to supplyanddemandinvesting.com/redbeard. That's us, guys. Go to supplyanddemandinvesting.com/redbeard. Supply and demand investing helps compare investments in the hopes of delivering better than average results, whether they be long-term, short-term, or just something in the middle. And remember, like any good sports team,
like the New York Football Giants.
Yeah. When it comes to investing, there are times to play offense by investing in things like the S&P 500 and times to play defense by investing in things like bonds, CDs, or cash. So I say, go Patriots!
Yeah, but if we're talking defense, it's the New York Football Giants all day.
Yeah, but it's the Pats because they won last year. And we're back.
Man, I just learned a lot. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So, yo, guys, so check this out. You guys have all seen Creed, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see Creed?
I saw him in the original Rocky films, but I did not see the Creed movie. How about that? You know what I mean?
All right. Well, here's some news. There is going to be a sequel to Creed, which I think we all knew was coming.
Right.
But Ivan Drago's son, for those of you who do not know who that is, it was the Russian boxer in Rocky IV that killed Apollo Creed, played by our famous, does anybody know his name?
Dolph Lundgren.
There you go.
Ivan Drago!
Oh, he was awesome. And I met him at Comic-Con.
I will break you.
He basically said nothing to me, but he was a nice guy. But anyway, so
nice guy.
Romanian boxer Florian Big Nasty Mutanu, I don't know if that's how you say his last name. He's going to assume the role in the film, which is actually set to start shooting very soon for a release later in the year. The other cool thing about this, and if you guys have not seen this guy, just look up, Creed 2, Ivan Drago's son, and you'll see this dude. He is legit like a real life boxer. You can just tell by this guy's build. He's a beast. I wouldn't want to screw with this guy.
Chiseled by Michelangelo's hands himself.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about this that I think is awesome is that there are rumors that Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren are set to reprise the roles as Rocky Balboa and Ivan Drago, which I think is awesome. I would assume that Stallone would be coming back because he was in Creed, but I did not know anything about Dolph Lundgren coming back.
Right.
So they've actually, the last time they were on screen together was actually one of the Expendables movies.
Yeah, that's right.
And before that was Rocky IV. So to get them back together on screen in the Rocky universe, I think is going to be awesome.
That's great.
Like I want Drago to be like evolved though.
In what way? What do you mean?
I want him to be an evolved human being. Like I want him to be like
robot arms?
No, like he was no,
like
not enhanced. Not enhanced, evolved. Like he he was in it was like, the
more
Russian
sophisticated,
fucking like
large
Cold War,
cranium?
like fucking like I must break you, right?
So you
like,
want him to be able to like speak better English? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I want him to be like, maybe talk to Rocky Balboa and be like, yeah, sorry, all that shit was bullshit back then, Like,
yeah, I mean, I definitely think
we're still better than you, but
okay.
we put the war in the past, like we're not fucking like brute, like mortal enemies anymore. Like,
I don't think it's gonna be like that, in my opinion. I just don't. I don't see it going down. I don't think that they're gonna be like still holding a grudge. I mean, he's aware that he lost, but the speech that Rocky made at the end of Rocky 4, you know, where he's like, if I can love you and you can love, like, we're going to be cool. You know, whatever. I don't know what he said, but he was just kind of like, you know, losing his mind at the end of that movie. But he made some points, and all the Russians got up and clapped because they agreed with him. Yeah. So I feel like it was a solid fight. The best guy won. And Rocky made some solid points at the end of his fight. So I mean, I think down the line, they're probably gonna be agreed that, like, hey, you know, my son is up against, you know, the guy that you're training, and, you know,
my son is up against my son is up against the son of the guy that I
killed,
murdered.
Yeah.
And I feel
murdered in the ring.
But I also feel like there's got to be a soft spot there. You know what I mean? Like, he is going to be aware that he killed
head?
He killed this guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would like for him to I would like for it to be him, like, kind of growing, like he grew into a different person after all the shit that went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see some evolution. I just don't want to see it be just a rehash of him coming in and being like, my son must break you.
Nah, I think that'd be cheesy if they did that. I really do. So I don't think they're going to go that route, because Creed was actually a really well done movie. It was well written.
Yeah.
So I can see this movie following that same type of writing.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Who directed Black Panther.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Michael B. Jordan, obviously, you know, will come back as Apollo Creed's son. So I'm looking forward to that. And he is also in Black Panther, which is a perfect segue. So,
I think Jim had something he was going to say about Rocky.
What were you going to say?
All I was going to say is the guy Florian who's playing Drago's son. He was also in Expendables.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He was in Expendables 3. He was one of, like, the new class with, like, Ronda Rousey.
Was he really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know. I was planning on saying that, like, at the beginning of the topic.
So I didn't know that. That's good to know. I thought that he was just a boxer. I didn't even know he was, like, an actor yet. I thought this might have been his first thing.
He does things.
Yeah. He does things. But Black Panther, some news there. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So a bunch of DC fans are planning to sabotage the release of Black Panther or its reviews, and they're going to be planning to do that through the means of Rotten Tomatoes reviews. So what they're doing is thousands and thousands of DC fans are planning to get together and just give Black Panther bad reviews, so people don't go see the movie, which I think is ridiculous, because everybody's going to go see Black Panther. This movie looks amazing, and I said this earlier to you guys. I think it's kind of ridiculous that you say you're going to sabotage something and go public with it, because I think that kind of gives it away. Like, you know what I mean? If you're saying you're going to sabotage something and then people see that their Rotten Tomatoes has a bad score, they're probably going to think that maybe this had something to do with it. So why would you go public with that? I think this is the most dumb thing ever. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about this? I mean, Jay, you have a theory.
I do.
I want to hear it.
So listen to the words you just said.
Yeah.
Why would you go public with a sabotage plan, right? Mm-hmm. So we could look at this multiple ways. My feeling is that from the culture industry standpoint, I believe that let's be honest here. How's the population going to take it? Most of them are going to be outraged and say, "What? How can you?" Being on the heels of African American History Month, people are already going to feel a certain way looking at Black Panther. Now you're going to have people saying, this is ridiculous. They're going to try and sabotage us. This is why. And it just gets people infuriated. I feel, my theory is that it is reverse psychology through marketing. The best way to tell someone to push a button is to tell them to not to touch the button. Don't watch this film. And if you have a group of people saying, oh, don't do this. This is bad. We're going to do this because we're mad because of how Disney set up these DC universe movies to be awful and people don't like them. No, people don't like them if they don't like them, or they like them if they do like them. But I feel like there's something at play here by saying it publicly. We're going to sabotage this. My opinion, my theory, that it's a form of reverse psychology to make it an even bigger movie than it's going to be already on its own. My opinion.
That's actually a good theory. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, very well said. I don't know. I mean, I think Yeah, doing this, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting time to release this movie to, being that it's Black History Month, being that there was a group out there called the Black Panther movement, but Black Panther, I mean, being this movie that everybody's looking forward to, I can't see a better time to release it. I think this is an excellent time to release it, and it's going to get a ton of Super Bowl play because everybody, they're going to show the trailer like we talked about earlier.
I was going to say, it's like the Patriots winning the Super Bowl after 9/11.
I mean,
I'm pumped for this. Yeah,
here's something
They got people psyched for 9/11.
Oh God.
Here's something I can say. Yesterday, I was talking to David at work.
Okay.
And he says he mentioned that it was being released during Black History Month, and I was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" Like I didn't even realize that it was being released during Black History Month because I don't fucking pay attention to Black History Month because I think it's a fucking insult.
Wait, it's the shortest month of the year. What are you talking about?
No, it's insulting.
Seriously, think about that too. To be real,
There's just a month.
Yeah, well, what are the other 11 months?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have 1 month a year that we have to let's remember the black folks, right?
No, all year.
But back to your point. What?
Yeah.
It's white guilt. We're trying.
That's the insult, though. It's like, why you gotta try? We don't. It's life. We're all human beings. Let's
We
fucking.
really thought it was a
Black
good
history
idea.
Black history is. Guess what? Guess what? Black history is. It's fucking history. That's all it is.
We really
It's all
thought
it
it was
is.
a good idea.
It's fucking history. That's all it is. It's all part of the same fucking history book.
We can't
but-
do anything right.
Oh shit, man.
Keep trying.
So, but I mean, like, back to your point though.
My point is, like, I didn't even realize that it was being released during Black History Month, and it kind of made me mad.
Yeah.
Now I got over it real quick because, like, I just want to see the movie. So, like, if they didn't release it during Black History Month, that means they'd probably push it back. It would be like in August or some shit like that. I just want to see the movie. I'm glad that they're releasing it now, but
Yeah.
it's like, like, and I don't have to wonder if there was a reason why they're doing that.
It was a
Like,
conscious decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why I feel, again, my opinion is that everything is a marketing ploy. That even the reverse psychology of the sabotage. Why would you go public with it? We're going to do this because of X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't know. My personal opinion, to make it a bigger thing than where I think it, as a whole, I enjoyed the comics. And I'm looking forward to the movie, just like the media is telling me everyone else is looking forward to the movie, and the media tells me that it's outpaced and overpaced every other movie that's come out. But like, why sabotage it? Why go public with it? That's just my questioning this. Like, it just seems like everything around it is about marketing.
I mean, yeah, I completely agree with you. But knowing that this movie's coming out and that it's already been released and they've had premieres, there's already been a lot of public tweets that you have told me about. And what were those tweets that people have kind of brought out regarding Black Panther? Because as far as I know, they've been mostly positive.
Oh, they've been ridiculously positive. Basically just saying that it's like the best movie ever, like best Marvel movie ever, that they took it seriously. Like you get this this feeling of empowerment if you're black and you're going to see this movie. It's just you're gonna leave the theater with this sense of hope, right? Like it's just really a lot of really good reviews. The women are stealing the show, from what I understand.
Okay.
So that's huge. I'm looking up some of the comments right now. So if you want to take over the conversation for a second, I can.
Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly have also heard nothing but good things about it as well. I haven't gone to the lengths of actually looking at the tweet specifically, but I've been hearing through different news outlets and stuff like that it's getting really good reviews and that everybody's really happy with it. I think one of the cool things about this Marvel movie that is really going to captivate people is that it takes place partially on somewhere that is something we haven't seen yet. So
The costume designs look great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of African culture in
Here we
the
go.
costumes.
Oh
as
my
well,
gosh,
which
yeah.
I think are beautiful. I think are excellent. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But like I said, I think one of the things about this movie that people are really going to love is that we're getting to see a place that we haven't seen yet, like Captain America. Iron Man, they all take place on Earth.
Right.
Where this, we're going to get to see something completely new. And I think that's going to kind of recharge people's imaginations.
But it's also on Earth, I would like to stress.
Right, but it's
Sure.
a hidden place that no one's seen yet. And it's also
Yes.
going to show us technology that we haven't seen yet. So I think that's really cool as well.
So some of the comments have been, I've been to Wakanda, and I may never recover. I am so grateful that our young people will see this film, and their minds will be transformed. Congratulations, Ryan Coogler. You did that.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What a huge compliment.
I never wanted this movie to end, and as soon as it did, I wanted to go back. Solid action, smart story, tons of personality. Shuri is my new fave. Nakia is everything. Killmonger is incredible. T'Challa deserves to rule the MCU. Coogler has done it again.
Nice.
I'm reading here on Wikipedia that this is the largest pre-sale ticket sales ever for a Marvel film.
That's crazy,
People
man.
Think about that.
stoked for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane, man.
Stunning visuals, iconic performances, and a real freaking story about a wealthy nation confronting its role in the world. Black Panther has the goods. Also, there's a post-credit scene. Here's the premiere crowd racing back to watch it. Well, it's a picture of a bunch of people like going back into the theater.
There's the first thing that captivated me when I saw some of the costume designs and the sets. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so ethereal in
Right.
Yeah.
so many ways, you know? And like, sure, we could see like Valhalla in Thor, you know, we can
Right.
see, you know, Asgard rather. But like, it's beyond that, you know?
Y'all. Black Panther is everything. Everything I wanted and so much more. Ryan Coogler has changed the game for the MCU. My God.
I got the one right here. It says Eric Killmonger, one of the most compelling characters of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, you know, there's a lot of stuff that Michael B. Jordan came forward with and said that he was pumped, like, for this character, and like he went to like some really dark places to get into this character. So now I'm really curious to see what people are talking about.
Like a basement with like a broken light bulb?
Probably. I mean, that could be considered a dark place.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see when we go to see the movie, man. I'm pumped. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, this is definitely getting great reviews. So the Black Panther coming out this month. Cooley, are you going to see it on opening night?
Fuck kind of question is that, bro?
I don't know, man. I'm just asking you.
Fuck yeah.
The tension was thick there. I could almost cut it with a knife.
That's a weird turn
Yeah,
for a
it
second.
really did. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he doesn't have tickets yet. I don't know.
It's interesting when you're like, I expected him to maybe be like, oh, I already got tickets. Like, I'm like wicked excited. He just got like angry. Like, all right, bro. Chill the fuck
Rotten
out.
Tomatoes has actually issued a statement in the wake of the anti-Disney fringe group threatening to use the site as a platform for review bombing the Black Panther.
Okay.
I'm looking at this now. Hold on a sec.
I mean, I'll be open and honest.
Here it is.
I don't like Disney either, but let's be real.
Here's the statement. We at Rotten Tomatoes are proud to have become a platform for passionate fans to debate and discuss entertainment, and we take that responsibility seriously. While we respect our fans' diverse opinions, we do not condone hate speech. Our team of security, network, and social experts continue to closely monitor our platforms, and any users who engage in such activities will be blocked from our site and their comments removed as quickly as possible. That sounds like such fucking bullshit. Like, that's not gonna happen.
A site like that's supposed to be that.
It's just gonna be like Black Panther 47%. And they're gonna be like, who the fuck is doing this? Who's doing it?
Nobody gives a shit. This is such a millennials thing, where it's like, we're gonna protest by bringing down the score of a Rotten Tomatoes.
Like Rotten Tomatoes comment. Rotten Tomatoes comment did not reveal any plan whatsoever as to how they're gonna do that shit. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna monitor this and we're just gonna shut them down.
Your grandmothers burned bras in the streets for feminism, and you're just like, not me.
No, that's a
dislike.
Disney marketing tool, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of sad that like they think it's Rotten Tomatoes is really gonna have an
Yeah,
any
like
kind of
this
impact.
is really the DC fans like trying to get back at Marvel fans for like quote unquote tanking their reviews, which never really happened. No. And I'm just throwing this out there real quick before we move on. As a Marvel fan, I can tell you I want the DC movies to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've said that before.
I'm not a hater, man. Like I really want
Same.
the more fucking great comic book movies I get to put into my fucking eye holes, like
better.
The better. Like I want good comic book movies. I just want good movies. That's all.
Breach. Absolutely.
And if they
Agreed.
suck, I'm gonna fucking tell you they suck.
Yeah,
man.
But
I mean,
I want to see them all, and I'll enjoy
Yes.
them equally
Exactly.
if I enjoy them. But
Exactly.
let me see them.
Right.
word. Boom. Well, you guys got a nice fist bump on that one. Hell
We
yeah.
did.
man.
We did,
Sealed
Tony.
the
I wish
deal.
there was a
Love
microphone in front of our fists.
You just punch the microphone.
No. See, if a microphone were to pick up that sound that we just made right there,
Yeah.
sound like excellence.
Oh, all right. Excellence. All right. Well, on a completely different angle, there's something coming out on Netflix that I wanted to mention, which it's a new season of Queer Eye for the straight guy. So I don't know if you guys ever watched Queer Eye, the original seasons. I did. I actually found them very interesting because they actually gave like us a lot of like tips on different things like food, clothes, and stuff like that. I thought it was very,
great.
very interesting.
I loved watching that television show. I used to
Yeah.
watch it. It was on Bravo, right?
It was on Bravo.
Yeah, I used to love watching that. That's how I learned the zhuzh.
That's
Explain
how
that.
I learned to become a metrosexual.
Right on.
That was very popular in the early 2000s.
It was a huge thing. It
I
was
had
a huge
blonde
movement.
hair.
Yeah, you had the frosted tips.
Oh
and-
yeah, frosted tip. I wasn't like Eminem where it was just
Right.
like all like a Duracell battery.
No, but were you more like an early 2000s, late 90s like Mark McGrath frosted tips?
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to find
He said
paper.
I would
Okay.
say so.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, and you had gray contacts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you had contacts?
Chain pants, lounge shirts.
Oh shit!
Yep, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh.
Changing up the color of his eyes.
Yep.
Whoa.
It was something special.
Hot.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find pictures of me somewhere. At home, I definitely have them.
Yeah.
I look at them and I just get hard.
So,
Those days are gone.
yep. Well, anyway,
Now I look like fucking Andy Serkis.
I never expected you to say Andy.
So good. Yeah.
Somebody else is gonna talk because I can't. Fucking...
Well, I thought the show was great, so I'm looking forward to the new one because a lot of pointers, a lot of tips, and everyone likes to feel good, look good, exercise, eat well, and then the entertainment aspect of it, Like, yeah, it's great. I love it. I think it's
I
great.
always thought the original Queer Eye was pretty much strictly just kind of like clothing. And it looks like this new one is really like it encompasses everything.
No, the original
No,
did
the
too.
original did.
Yeah, it did. There was entertainment. There was like music. There was clothing
I guess I
and
didn't watch
cooking.
enough of them.
There was
Yeah,
like
wasn't there,
a
like-
guy who would go and like fix up the bathroom.
Yeah, it was
like,
fantastic.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wasn't there like a guy that had like a specialty in like?
Yeah, every
Yes.
guy was like one
Yeah.
guy was the cooking, one was interior
design,
one
yeah.
was clothing, one was I don't know what you take. What is it? Hygiene or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it was cool though because like it was one guy that just like needs help in a lot of aspects of his life, and this team comes in and like just like gives him a huge makeover
Yeah.
in multiple areas.
Yeah.
So he basically becomes like a new man. But I mean the cool thing about this show and what I'm looking forward to is there's actually a new group of guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Not gonna watch it.
So I actually thought that the main guy was his name Carson. I think that was his name.
Yeah, it's
the
Carson.
blonde guy. I thought he was actually going to be a part of it, and it was going to be like some new guys with him, but it's actually like all new guys.
Whole new team.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see
Is
what
he involved with producing this, or
I'm sure he is. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked into it that much.
So a new
but
Fab Five.
a new Fab Five.
Wow. All right.
And
Interesting.
it's actually coming out on February 7th on Netflix. Like all the episodes will just be available.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna watch it.
I think today maybe Altered Carbon
Yeah,
released, which looks phenomenal.
yeah, that was today actually.
Like it looks amazing.
What a
Like,
difference
I haven't watched it yet, but
today
it looks,
makes.
Yes. I can agree with that.
One
I-
last thing I want to touch upon while I got you here with us as usual.
Sure.
What have you thought about the new Black Mirror? Because you've watched some of it.
Oh, let me tell you,
Okay.
that shit is fucking great.
Compared to last season's though, and you're saying it's better,
I think they took it up a notch.
so it's even darker.
Darker, I wouldn't say. I think they're all pretty fucking dark. Like you don't. I mean, I honestly don't. I don't see a scenario where you could have a show that was darker than this shit. But I can say that it was like I think there's more. More of an ability for them to kind of like let go and just kind of like fucking throw huge budget at this shit and really make something special, you know?
Okay.
I watched the new Black Mirror. Loved it. This one was my favorite season.
You
It
watched the
wasn't-
whole season
already?
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
only seen the
shit.
first 3 episodes so far.
Yeah.
I've been knocked out. Like the first episode was fucking great.
I mean, I don't want to. Okay, I'm just gonna go out and say it. Loved the season primarily. I was very disappointed with the endings of 2 episodes. I don't know if I should say it or not.
I don't
You just
care.
Want me to Crocodile and Hang the DJ.
Oh, what the heck, dude?
I did not at all like the endings to them. I thought it was kind of dumb. But
I didn't see those 2. I don't think.
But I loved the season. Everything else I absolutely loved. The
Like that
final
first one?
episode of the 4th season, Black Museum, I could see that being turned into like its own TV show.
Okay.
But that first episode though, the
Oh yeah,
the virtual reality like gaming company that
the Star Wars kind of the Star Trek kind of
yeah.
Yes, that was excellent.
That was so fucking good.
Loved it.
Yeah.
That was so messed up.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
All right. Yeah, man. I keep hearing good things about Black Mirror, and I
It was
keep
the kid
seeing
from
it.
the kid that played Todd in Breaking Bad.
Todd, what a
Oh,
name.
he's in that.
Sorry
Yeah,
if there's anyone
Okay.
named Todd
Yeah.
listening.
I hate
plays-
that kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate him from Breaking Bad, which is what every time I see him, I just hate him now.
Yeah.
but I mean, like, I'm looking if he's in it, I'll definitely want to check it out. He's good. I mean,
Yeah,
if I
you
still
know,
hate him.
you know who Todd was though, right? Like the one that killed the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He just went up and shot Jesse's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate that guy. But yeah,
I
I
wish that he just shot Jesse's girl. No.
But no, Black Mirror it's kind of like today's Twilight Zone.
Oh.
yeah,
Yep.
that's definitely what.
Oh,
I think
now
of
I need to
yeah.
watch it. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's an
But it's all-
anthology series.
Oh, you would love it because like
Yeah.
it's basically it's like it's all about technology.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
I
episode
don't
is
like
kind of
technology.
Well, when
Right,
you,
well, it's all about technology being bad.
Oh,
the
so I
name-
would like it.
Yes.
Oh,
the name of the show, Black Mirror, is essentially your phone is a black mirror, the screen.
don't have one,
So,
bro.
Yeah, so that's it is very interesting. Yeah.
No, that's so I get it now.
Yeah.
Every
Aha.
episode is kind of like technology has gone too far.
There's an electronic artist out there that my friend is collabing with, but it's called Kill Your God, and it's in reference to cell phones.
Yeah.
And so all his music is anti-technology, and his lyrics and everything else. It's pretty rad.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
Pretty dope.
How are
Little
people gonna
little,
listen to it,
little
though?
plug there.
Yeah.
They can listen to it on vinyl or cassette, or they can listen to it analog.
They can just go, they can
Analog.
just go see it live.
They can go see it live, which is the best way to do it.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah, man. Support live music.
Heck yes. I love it.
Speaking of live music, March something, Crazy Town, which did a single called Butterfly, is coming to, what is the name?
Alchemy in
The Alchemy
Providence, Rhode Island.
And I am going.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
Yep. I'm
Yeah,
going. Jay's going. Jim, you going?
I'll go.
Cooley, you going?
You gotta
Nope.
come.
Is that real? Like,
It's a real talk. I texted him as soon as I found out about it because the last time they played in like Attleboro at this place called Patterson's Creations was basically like this like wine painting place like where they do like arts and crafts, and they played there, and like apparently like less than 20 people showed up, and I wish I had been one of those 20 people.
No one cares about them anymore.
We care, but I think it's an
My
ironic
girlfriend is
caring.
Disgusted that I'm gonna go see this.
Dude,
It's shifty shell shock. Come on,
yeah,
man.
man, I have to see it because, like, whatever, man. It's the
He was
tickets
on
are
Celebrity
the
Rehab
tickets
with
are
Dr.
Drew.
$15.
He was.
Totally was.
Like, why would I not go see something that's $15?
And we gotta help Shifty Shell Shock. He owes what, over $10,000 in back child support. So we gotta help the guy.
Yeah, stand up, help.
Here's $10.
Alchemy used to be Babyhead, right?
I don't know actually.
I'll be honest with you. I have not been to Alchemy yet.
Yeah.
but
Neither have I.
The old Babyhead became Hell, and then it became something else. So if it's
wait, so you're talking about where Hell is?
no,
Maybe
Hell's
that
no
is?
longer there.
Yeah, but is that where
became
Alchemy is?
Well, that's what Cooley's saying.
Well, yeah,
It became
I
a
knew
different
it was
club.
Hell, but I don't know what it was after that. It was something.
It
else,
was something
whatever.
else after. But anyway,
Anyway, they're
Yeah.
gonna be playing at the Alchemy, so
we just plugged their show.
I am, dude.
Wow.
Because I want people to go to this to know what's going
do
to.
you?
The kids
No.
today still love Crazy Town.
No, I just think
Am I
it's.
right?
I'm actually mentioning it because I think it's hilarious that they're actually going to be performing, and I'm going to go.
They were in the music video for Diddy's Bad Boys for Life.
Boom.
Oh, all right.
Oh, speaking of music that has been recently discovered, okay, I did not know there was a new genre called, I'm not making this up, called hick hop.
All right, well, I'm done, guys. Have
Yes.
a good night.
And I'm just going to leave you with this tidbit. It's a group called The Luxe, Lucs. And I want you to just go and YouTube a track, a hot number,
Okay.
okay, when you get a moment, called Country Boy Fresh.
I will. Look
And
this
that
up
hook
later.
will stay stuck in your head all day.
Is it something that I want stuck in my head though?
No, not at all.
No,
But
usually
you'll
things that
s-
get stuck in your head
You'll
you don't
watch
like.
the music video and understand why this appeals to a certain demographic.
Okay. All right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Only
I'll
in
have to
America.
check it out. All right. Hick hop. So.
And on that note, hold on, let me just tap the. Oh yeah,
So, all right, guys. Well, that pretty much does it. this
man. That
week.
was a good podcast there. That was a good one there, Tony. Thanks for having me here.
Glad you're here again, man. It's a blast as always. And that does it this week for the RedBeard Podcast. The Super Bowl is on this weekend. I will be watching. Cooley will not be. Jim will be watching. Jay, are you going to watch it? No comment. And with that being said, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Take care and goodbye.
Take care of yourself and each other.